I was looking at these banners all over the city, and they all say LA Phil. And I'm just like, who the fuck is Phil? Like, why is he so important? And it turns out it's the LA Philharmonic, like the orchestra, not just some guy. I've been on an Arizona iced tea kick as of late. Has hardly any sodium. But I'm afraid if I keep drinking it, I'm just going to get kidney stones. Just the thought of like pissing out pebbles, just painful. I don't want to piss out a kidney stone and have it pass through my urethra. It just sounds, just really annoying just to do that. So I should probably just lay off the iced tea for a bit. Or sodas. Pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. What else is annoying? I listen to a lot of music, and I try to listen to like new artists, up and coming artists. One artist is Noah Khan. Do you guys know who Noah Khan is? He's nah. He's eh. He's eh. He's just whatever, It's like it's like nothing I've ever heard before, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not great. Not revolutionary, People are going crazy for that guy. Like I feel like I've heard millions of artists like him. And you have too. You guys have heard music just like his. If you don't believe me, go to any dive bar. And go to any dive bar that plays live music, like outside of any major city. They have performances a few times a week. And I'm sure you'll see one with all the local bar patrons that go every day. And this one guy that performs there. And he's adored by everybody there. His name's something like Johnny Denmark, something like that. And Johnny Denmark, he brings his acoustic guitar and he sits on one of those like box drums. When you sit on it and you just like stomp on a bass pedal and he just plays the guitar and it's like boom, 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 and everybody just goes fucking crazy because he can do two things at once. And he just performs a few songs, a few originals, one cover song, and when he plays it, people are like, "Okay, I feel like I know this song. I've heard why have I heard this before?" And the chorus is like, "Hit me, baby, one more time," and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's Britney Spears! Oh my god, oh my god!" And this guy, it's just folk songs, basic lyrics, I love you bullshit songs. But he plays this one song that everybody loves. And Joey Denmark, I forget what his name was, Joey something, Johnny, whatever. He plays this one song that he saves for the end that everybody loves every time he plays it there. And it's kind of slow tempo, but it's like upbeat and inspiring, and people are just like moved in every way. And it goes on for like 10 minutes. And then he's like, "Thank you." And everybody's cheering. And he's like, "Thank you. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram." And nobody at the bar has a fucking phone. And then this guy leaves and everybody continues the drink at the bar. It's only 9:30 and they're going to be there until it closes. This guy, he calls an Uber and he goes back to his shitty studio apartment with his cat that he found on the street. This cat's nice to him though, and he's nice to his cat. But what this guy doesn't know is this cat is going to kill him once he's asleep one night. He's gonna gnaw his face, scratch it, and just rub his cat penis all over his open wounds on his face. And this cat's gonna go as he's just rubbing his dirty cat penis, alley cat penis. He just goes, and that's the last thing this guy's gonna hear as he's dying. And that's what I think of Noah Kahan's music. I was watching this porn once, and the girl in the porn said to the guy, she said, I want you to put your dick where I go to the bathroom.
Hello, yeah. There's a place called Vertigo. Yeah. If you made it this far, welcome back. This is the second episode, number 2 of my podcast. I made it big, as you can see with my Urban Outfitters glasses. I'm styling. We are cruising. I'm cruising. We are cruising by and making some sick episodes at this fancy schmancy studio. Look at all the foam paneling I have. I want to add more so my roommate doesn't hear my antics. Just kidding. He's dead. So what I'm going to talk about in the second episode is all the things I didn't talk about in the first episode, which was a lot. I didn't talk about much in the first episode. So I'm here to, answer some questions that you guys might have had. A lot of you have been asking, Colin, I didn't think this was going to be such a huge hit. Let me be on it. Let me be on your podcast. I get so much to talk about. Just please have me on. Please. No. You're not going on my podcast. You're not. Just get off my cock and my asshole and my balls. You're nothing. You're a nothing to me. That's mean. That was mean. I can't do this anymore. I'm so sad. This is a good discussion to have if I were to bring somebody on. Because right now, it's just me. And that's good enough. But, sometimes I might want to bring somebody on to, help me out. I can interview them, get to know them, and, give them, some publicity. Because this is such a big podcast right now. Don't look at the numbers. Any dream guests on my podcast, I guess I can list them off accordingly. I love it. Can Camila Cabello shut the fuck up? Number 1, JoJo Siwa. If you know, you know. She's always going to be a hot commodity. She's a Gen Z icon. And I guess for everybody, everybody knows her. My niece loves her. I love her. 60-year-old lesbians love her. So I think she would be a good addition to this podcast. Full time, not just one time. Just she can come on anytime she wants. I would like to interview a cannibal. That would be kind of wicked. I would be like Diane Sawyer, just interviewing anybody who's eating somebody. Like, I don't know if you guys know anybody who's done that. If you do, slide into my DMs, hit my line. I don't. I'm going off script here. How do I get that? How does that happen? How do you? How do we orchestrate that? And how would would they be like Hannibal Lecter, like in the suit and that stupid mask that he's wearing? Which, by the way, if I ate people, I could eat somebody wearing that mask. I can make it. I can make it happen. And where would it be face to face, or like would they be across the room? And what would I add? Like I would. My first question would be like, what does it taste like? Who else would I have on my podcast? Miss Rachel. I love Miss Rachel. She seems like such a sweetheart. If I were to bring her on my podcast, I would probably make her say fuck or shit or boobs or ass or cuss in general. I think that would be pretty funny. I think she needs to transcend her content. Just start cursing in front of kids. I would bring a sexy vampire on, like from Twilight, True Blood, Vamp Diaries. Why are all vampires so sexy? Like back in my day, growing up, there was no sexy vampires. We had Nosferatu. You ever see him? He's fucking. Ugh. Bring a sexy vampire on. I don't have a problem doing that. Like, what are you gonna do? Bite my neck? You hunky pale man. I like Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean would be a good interview. He wouldn't talk. I'm not even the actor. I just want the character. Just it would be the quietest episode, probably. The Gallagher brothers, they're getting back together. Oasis, man. Uh Honestly, if I would just bring them on, it would be a ploy just to fight them. I think they deserve an ass beating. What other Brit deserves? Like the guy from the 1975, that dude, he fucking reeks. I can't stand that motherfucker. James Corden, another British person. Pete Doherty. I don't think every British person deserves an ass beating, but if push comes to shove, I'm ready. I'm fucking ready. Megan the Stallion. That would be. You know what? Let me take my glasses off when I talk about Megan the Stallion. I would let her do whatever she wanted to me. Okay? She is. I would let her give me cauliflower ear. I'd beat the shit out of me. She can kick me to the fucking ground and just fucking stomp on my fucking rib cage. Just call me a pussy and spit on me. I love every second of it. A U.S. president would be cool. I would have a U.S. president on. Not just like Trump or Biden. Jimmy Carter as a president, technically. He's alive. He's 1,000 years old, but you know what I said about Mr. Bean being the quietest episode? I think that would be the quiet. That's like interviewing a dead person. Oh, Emerald. I love Emerald. Bam! 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 Drake. Drizzy Drake. I don't want to, not Drake now. Probably Drake went back then. A younger Drake when he was just starting out, when he had a tiny penis. The Drake now, I don't want to. He has a Komodo dragon penis that I don't want to. It's too much. I keep doing a celebrity generator because I can't think of any celebrity on my own. But I just want to say, and I feel like I have to address this, even though it's confined between me and my computer. But I keep getting Bill Cosby on my computer. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna clear the air. I will never have him on my podcast. He is blind as a bat. This is like my MySpace top 8. So yeah, I would pretty much bring anybody on. If you want to come on, just ask. But I gotta ask you something. What would you bring to the table if I were to bring you on? Like, you gotta offer me something if I bring you on. I just think it's. I'm going off script here. Just that when I ever say like bring it to the table, when I hear somebody like, "What do you bring to the table?" I think about my group of friends that would talk about this one friend we would hang out with. It was like, yeah, he's nice and all, but what does he bring to the table? Which is like the meanest thing you can say about anybody. It's pretty much saying he's like, what does he have to offer? What is this person like? He's nothing. He doesn't add anything to our lives. So what's the point? It's such a cruel, so cruel. But that's a good thing to ask anybody or ask yourselves. Like, do some reflection. Like, what am I doing here? Like, what can I do to offer people or myself even? I'm doing a lot here. I'm by myself. It would be great to bring people on. Um, but like I gotta ask, like, what am I here to offer? I'm by myself. If I'm not gonna have anybody on, what can I offer you guys? I have to show something for it. I'm not relying on anybody but myself. Well, I'm relying on everybody to watch this so I can pay the fucking bills. So send money my way. But what do I do? What do I have to offer? And I think that is the fairest question of them all. If I really had to sell you something, and it's something I can offer, and trust me, Daddy, I thought of this before even starting a podcast. That's like the first thing. Like, what do I get to give you guys? Fuck you. It's morning. I don't care. I just think it's necessary to, give you guys what you want, and I don't really know what that is. Yeah. I really need to hone in on myself and just like see what I can do for you guys and sell you on this dream of mine. So let me know, please. I'm begging. I'm on my knees. If you want me to suck some. The good thing about having a podcast, I can cut and edit and manipulate this footage. And I'm just sabotaging myself right now. It's funny because, like, really this whole podcast is just an excuse to talk to myself. And the amount of times I thought about farting into this microphone, you would be sick. Just want to say that. Destination. You make me just wanna get. Oh, let me get over, please. Oh, oh, God. Come on. Oh, fuck. Shit,
Fuck. Come on. Come on, please! I'm sorry, God. Please! Please! Oh no! Oh God! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Fuck! Fuck me! Fuck me! Fuck! Fuck! Oh God! Oh fuck! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! I gotta go somewhere. Oh God! No! 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 You fucking ass. You fucking asshole. You fucking ass. You fucking ass. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? McDonald's, McDonald's, McDonald's. Oh, stop doing whatever you want me to stop doing. Please, just let me be home. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Fine. Here we go.
I take good pride in good hygiene. I've had people come up to me before and they were surprised that I smell really well. I mean, I'm a little offended when people tell me like they're surprised. I'm sure they're expecting me to smell like just balsamic vinaigrette and beans, just the way I look, and that's what are you gonna do, you know? But I do smell pretty good, and I like to be clean. I think that's important. You can fool a lot of people if you take good care of yourself, you know? I'm sure Ted Bundy smelled pretty well, and he fooled a lot of people with that. He probably scrubbed his balls real well. And that's all I'm going to say on that. I find it interesting though that we live in such a time where we have everything. We have all the tools and resources to like never smell like shit again. We don't have to be soaking ourselves in ponds. I'm talking about our country really, but I know there's other places that still bathe in ponds and stuff like that. But we still smell like shit. We have the best soaps imaginable. We don't use them though. There's people that just don't soak themselves and make themselves smell better and be clean, and they still look like poop. It makes me angry. It really does. Cuz like what's more important that you're not smelling good? I will never understand it. Or better yet, like you do everything else when you're in the shower, but you don't wash your ass. It's mind-boggling. We neglect our private parts. I'm just talking to the men here. Women, not sure. I'll get back to you on that. I'll have to do some research. But imagine as a man. Imagine your girl or man Imagine your partner went down on you and they just had a whiff of poop. Like, how does that make them feel? Or how does that make you feel, really? Do you care that your partner just smelled your balls and your asshole? Just your raw meat stinking up the joint? Think about that for a second. Think about how they feel on that situation. They're doing you such a favor and you're giving them a disservice. I think it's important. If you have that problem, forget about everything else in the shower. Prioritize your ass. Just clean that. Everything else will do its job. It'll clean itself. Just clean your ass. Try that for a week. Cuz everything else can get cleaned, but those cavernous dark holes are just hidden and you need to really get in there. I can tell you my method in how to clean one's ass. It took years to sharpen my skills, and now I had the cleanest butt imaginable. Well, actually, you know what? All right. This is what I use. It's like a bar of soap loofah. You slip the bar of soap in here, and like a little sleeve, and it's soapy and lathery, and you can just get into all the creases and crevices real nice. You can use this. I think a loofah is just fine, or just a bar of soap is fine too. I like just sugar scrub. Sugar scrubbing's nice. I like to do that after I clean myself in the first round, but that's like a good clear coat. I wouldn't use a pumice stone because unless you want to use Neosporin on your butthole, so I would avoid that. I guess how I would do it. So this is your butthole, pretty close. So what I like to do, I like to really get up in there, not like lightly. I would like to just press up on it. You can do, I guess, like go in and out or like do circles if that's how you feel. But I feel like the best method is like just to swipe up and down, like just like that. Your butt wouldn't be doing the moving, but the bar of soap. Yeah, I would like to keep swiping up and down, like keep swiping like you don't have a chip reader, you know. And what I like to how to determine how clean it is, like when you're cooking chicken and the oil, once the oil is clear, like that means like the chicken's ready. So same thing, if the bubbles are still brown, keep going to town. Bubbles are white, you're doing it right. That's what I like to say. Once that's done, I guess just you spread your asshole. And do that too. Spread your asshole. Get in there. And I guess to finish it off, you just let the water trickle down onto your butthole and your body. And don't get the soap scum out as best as you can. And I think that's the best way of cleaning your butt. Really hope no future employer sees this or future love interest sees this. Maybe I shouldn't have my name on the marquee, but it's something I'm very passionate about. I like to keep clean. Not because I want to. It's really because I need to. I have to be clean. I don't feel right if I'm not clean. I feel off. My equilibrium is just shifted. I can't go more than like 10 minutes without feeling like I need a wipe again. In my adult life, I've had a good amount of adult accidents, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not ashamed. It happens. There's been certain moments in my life where it changed me. It changed my perspective on how the world works. Really, like my magnum opus. It was me shitting myself on my way to my 8th grade basketball game. I'll never forget that moment because it changed the trajectory of my life. It was 8th grade. I was on the B team basketball team. I wasn't good enough for the A team, but they put me on the B team, which we called it the developmental team, but It just means you sucked. That's all it really was. But my mom was driving us to the game, and we're pulling up, and I had to do one of those farts where you're like in a chair of some sorts, and you're hovering, and when you're in that position, your butt cheeks are compressed together, so any flow of air trying to come out there's going to be a lot of pressure, so it's going to shoot right out pretty quickly, and anything that's in there. I'm pretty much describing what a shard is, and that's exactly what happened. And if you ever seen what Taco Bell uses as their sauce, you got the picture. That's what was in my undies and my basketball shorts. And I had a game to go to, and I had to, just go to the bathroom real quick while my team is warming up. I couldn't. My undies weren't salvageable. I played with no undies on, but I still had poop butt. Like that feeling doesn't go away once you clean it all up down there. You still feel like you have shit in your inner cheeks, and that image just sits in your head for quite some time, and you just gotta. That's your main focus. Is just you can't think about anything else but like, holy shit, I just shit. So I had to go to my game and play like that. It was horrifying. But I had to show up for my team. Like when they talk about the greatest performances of any athlete, that's like, when it's showtime and they were facing some obstacles in their way, like when Jordan played with the flu and when Kobe played with a broken finger in the finals, or when Colin scored 2 points against St. Jerome's with shit in his pants. I think I'm going to end it there. So what was your favorite part of this episode? I like that part too. I don't want to recap it or do a thesis at the end of every episode, but I feel like I would need to, just so I can leave it as. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know what to end it with. I really just don't know how to end things. Saying goodbye is the hardest. But with that being said, I don't know how to, and I don't know what to say at the end of every episode. I don't have any news for you. I don't really got nothing going on. I kind of just end the episode and take my clothes off and go to bed after this. So when I do have things for you guys, I'll use this like end section as like a bulletin board for like my upcoming events or my meet and greets or soirees. Stuff that rich and famous people do. I will get there. I will be the most famous person on earth. Just hang tight. I'll get there. And if you were here from the beginning, we appreciate you. So thank you for watching.
ruin a perfectly good pair of Calvin Kleins.